Hello guys, this is Avcoor and I want to talk about the new tome that's out. But this tome, I think it's pretty much if you can afford it, you should buy it. When we talk about tomes, this is like a cash grab, pretty much. But Songs of Phoenix is one of those tomes that is actually worth your time. It's one of the better tomes, in fact, that they designed. I'm kind of sad as a person who plays this game a lot that I personally didn't get the tomes in order. Then I would have gotten this tome if I already had the tome I previously got. I would have gotten this tome, and I'll go over why this tome is so good and why it's pretty much a must-have. It fits on any team because every team that is good will have a healer. So let's go over the stats. You get the 2 mil HP, which is really good. You get the 7,500 defense, which is good. Then you get the 233,368 attack, which is really good. And crit resistance is really good. I would like to spend like a minute on crit resistance. Crit resistance is important because, like, in the higher tier games, you'll see a lot of assassins and a lot of big damage single target dealers. You'll see a lot of um, Blade of Shadows. You see a lot of her. You actually see a lot of Monkey King. Uh, who else? You actually see a lot of Endless Storm characters who actually single out a Celestial Spear too. I forgot Celestial Spear. We can actually just pinpoint accuracy attack your healers, your squishies. Crit resistance goes a long way in stopping your squishies from dying. So never sleep on this stat that you'll get a chance to acquire at any time. Crit resistance is super important. That's why you know this tome is for healers because crit actually one shots them. Dark Apostle needs it. Super Twins need it. Lord of Time needs it. Underworld Strider needs it. They need crit resistance because their HP stats are not where they need to be since they're squishy healers. So that's really important. So when you see that, don't underestimate its potential. As far as tome skills go, Dance of the Ashes is really good. I think this is one of the better constructed tome skills, which makes this thing so premium. When resurrecting an ally, all resurrected targets receive invincible, immune to attack once. This effect cannot be purged, which is important, and can only be triggered one time per battle, which can change if you unlock the item. You get more triggers, but the triggers come with better abilities, which is really kind of stupid. The unlock 3 is really meaty because it increases the trigger quota to 2 times, so you can do it 2 times. Invincible effect increases to 2 times. That is super important. We'll talk about that later, why it changed so well with certain characters. Once trigger obtains sustained heal, which is super important. This unlock 3 is really good. It's better than most unlock 3s. That's why when we get to unlock 5, it only increases the quota to 3 times per battle because 3 times invisible would be insane. And something more on top of sustained heal would make this thing. I would have to buy it if it was that good. Once trigger increases HP by 5%. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Yeah. Songs of Phoenix is really good. It's made for healers, of course. And we'll talk about the healers right now, and we'll talk about why these effects and make them really good. And we'll talk about the number one premium candidate for this item, which which shouldn't shock anybody. It shouldn't shock anybody. Nobody should be shocked by it. So let's go to archive, and we'll go to light, and we'll go to the best user of this tome, which is Super Twins. It shocks no one that
Watching
Super
Miss
Twins
Watching are the
is
two
the
sides of the
best
same
user of this
coin.
tome
Light and darkness are independent and never apart.
because the word already basically says it's for them because you can revive multiple allies and get this effect. So the strategy behind this is Ella and Bella do their change of fate where Ella sacrifices herself, Bella brings everybody back to life. But the thing now is not only are they restored, but they get one shot immunity. That means like if you play this game enough, and if you play Super Twins enough, you know that Change Fate is actually a good skill, but it can be easily like it can be easily overcome if you have enough DPS power. That slows down the DPS and gives you breathing space to recover because like most people play Super Twins by themselves at the higher level, but people at the mid level like me have a support healer with Super Twins. Like for me, it's Lord of Time. So Lord of Time actually, what I'm looking to happen is Lord of Time coming up after they do change fate and restore the party, so we can get another shot. This makes it easier to tome since you're immune to one shot of attack. And if you get it to 3 stars, you're immune to 2 shots of an attack. And you get sustained heal, which helps the healer out. This is really good with a dark apostle combination with Super Twins. So overall, Super Twins is the biggest beneficiary of this skill because they do have a problem with crit, as you can tell with their HP being only 1.57 mil. That's never good, and this tome actually really supports them a lot. So that's why I feel bad. Now that my Super Twins are at like 12 star, I feel bad that I can't get it. But it's probably going to be the second tome that I get, unless they make something better. This will probably be the second tome that I get. So anyway, let's talk about a budget healer. Poke is a budget
Stand,
healer,
and the pain will
and
not
I
defeat
mentioned
you.
this because I want everybody to play this game. I just don't want whales to play it. And I will tell you, from a person who played Poke for a long time, Poke actually really could use something a tome like that. First of all, she only sits at 1.46 mil. She could use the crit resistance. Second, when she uses her resurrection, it gives her time in order to let the character breathe for a second. Because as you notice that which skill is it? Smile Blessing doesn't recover that much HP to everybody. So the sustained heal actually helps her a lot. Pucka benefits from this, and I know that a lot of people use her who are just starting out. There's nothing wrong with that. Taking her to 9 stars, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you can't afford it, taking her to 12 stars, there's nothing wrong with that. There's 12 stars. There's 12-star Pokas, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you can't afford it, there's nothing wrong with that. So we'll go into Dark because Dark has 2 healers that really can abuse this tome. The first one I want to talk about is Underworld Strider. Underworld Strider depends on this tome more than the other guy that I'm going to mention because if you play Underworld Strider, I play Underworld Strider in Dark comps, you know that his healing is based on his rage skill. Like Soulfarer does a lot of healing, but he can only do it actively after a rage skill. He can't heal passively. Like like even with Soul Mastery, it increases his healing effect, but it doesn't have passive healing, and he has passive revive. And this is where it gets important. He has passive revive. So after every 2 rounds, he can revive. That means he can revive someone, put one counter of attack resist on them, and keep it going. Because in order for him to be the best healer he can be, he needs a tome that gives sustained healing. He needs a tome that allows the person receiving the heal to survive a lot longer. This goes a long way in his kit. It really does. So I think he's one of the biggest beneficiaries of it because he's middle tier and it puts him up a couple of tiers to have the tome. So think about that. If you're a Underworld Strider player, it's important for you to have the tome. It really is. If you really like playing him, he needs it. He needs it badly. Someone like Dark Apostle actually uses it better than Underworld Strider for the simple fact is he has the kit in order to make it work to a phenomenal level. Only second to Super Twins because he can only revive one person, where Super Twins can revive multiple people at once. But when you look at his passive skill, Curse of Reincarnation, it may work better in certain strategies. So, of course, after he uses his rage skill, he can revive somebody. So once he revives somebody, he automatically gets the effect of the tome. Another aspect of this is Vengeful Spirit. Resurrects immediately upon dying, recovers 360% of self attack, and will inflict damage equal to a self attack. That's for 3 rounds and cannot stack and cannot be purged. So with this, you put Vengeful Spirit, and you know when the person dies, they're going to come back and they're going to have a chance to actually block that attack. And with Dark Apostle, one thing you know, after Vengeful Spirit goes into effect, and if he rage skills again, then you automatically have another chance to apply that. So this can be cumulative on a slight level. No two people will have Vengeful Spirit at the same time, though. So that's something to think about. But with the tome, it goes a long way because at level 3 stars, you get sustained heal. That is really good for someone like Dark Apostle. So if you get the tome 2 times on Dark Apostle and on Super Twins, that's pretty phenomenal. You have some pretty phenomenal synergy and survivability. I doubt people have enough money to do that, but it's a really good idea. Of course, we got to talk about Lord of Time. Lord of Time actually benefits mightily from this tome, as she's like the standard. She's the standard for the basic healer, what you want them to do. Okay, because she has passive healing, right? And she has revive. But with the tome, when she revives somebody, it allows them to last on the field a little bit longer. And everybody knows about Lord of Time. She has high healing output. That means not only are they getting sustained effect, not only are they getting a boost from her talent, and not only are they getting increased healing, but they get to survive one attack. And at higher levels, they get to survive 2 attacks. That means like if you have a high invested Lord of Time, she can single handedly top off everybody, which is pretty amazing because she needed a boost because she's falling out of favor. But if you have this tome, you can keep using her. It's a really phenomenal tome, especially for someone like her, which everybody has a high invested Merlin because she's so easy to build. But we got to talk about one last person. And of course, you got to beat up on her. You got to beat up on Daughter of the Sea. She's a core healer that cannot use this tome. It's kind of funny that this is a core healer and she cannot use this tome. And we all know why she cannot use this tome. She cannot use this tome because she can't revive. So she can't use this tome. When resurrecting an ally, all resurrected targets receive invincible. That can't happen for her because she can't revive. So it shows you how sucky of a healer she is. I mean, this tome is really good, and she cannot benefit from it. She cannot use this tome. So when people say like, well, Atticus is better than Smiling Miracle, I'm like, no. And this is a perfect example of why no, she is not better than Smiling Miracle. If you have a choice between Smiling Miracle and Atticus, you got to choose Smiling Miracle because Smiling Miracle can revive, and every decent healer should revive. And this is the lesson of this story. If you like my content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. I'll get back to you. Have a great day and goodbye.